so funny.
Fuck.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Talking Automotive. We're on episode 11, and we do have a guest, but he's just talking to a customer right now.
But he's not here.
He's not here, but that is his chair. We have James, we got Zach, Adam Reed is on the way. How are we, boys? We good?
I'm good, man.
Feeling bloody good, man.
Oh, I'm burnt. I'm sunburnt, I think, or something. I don't know. I was on the top of a roof today. I'm pretty tired.
You need to get on the kombuchas, mate.
Is that a kombucha? It's not a beer.
Yeah.
It's a kombucha. Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Is it actually sunny down there at the moment, is it?
It was actually a really nice day. It was like 23. It was
You
nice.
must have sent all your cloudy, shitty weather up here because it's not that great.
Yeah, we did, I reckon. But
Beautiful day to travel 25 k's away from home, yeah?
Yeah, it's a long weekend, and it's supposed to be just raining all weekend, so that sucks.
Nice.
Yeah, not the greatest. Hopefully Hayden comes back soon, because I really want to get into like the whole like Tracy Grimshaw thing and all that. It's just so good. Like if you guys in the chat don't know what it is, you'll find out soon. Pretty much if you don't know what Current Affair is, it's a TV show, and they just talk a lot of nonsense, especially when it comes to hooning. And
this is going to be a juicy stream.
This is going to be a good stream.
It's going to be good.
I hope chat's doing well as well. So yeah, welcome everyone.
Yeah.
Finally made it. Yeah, it's about time, mate.
Jeez, BCI, he's slacking a bit.
I know,
isn't
he's
he?
slacking.
2 minutes.
What a bad mod. Hey Josh, hello Alex, James, Sarim, I think that's how you say it. Welcome. I'm doing fine. How are you guys going? What did you guys work today? Well, not Zach, but James.
Not Zach.
Mate, I work every day. This is my job.
I'm kidding.
I'm working right now.
I'm
As you
just
can
kidding.
see
Hey,
from
wait,
my
this
work.
is work though, right?
Yeah, you got to put it in.
This is work.
This is networking.
Exactly.
This is me doing stuff. Well, I'm
This is-
working right now, uploading on Instagram.
This is our podcast,
That's
so
it.
I classify that as work. Gotta
That's
bring
it,
in
I
the
gotta
big
bring
bucks.
big
Yeah,
bucks, that's it.
we make bulk amounts on this podcast. It's massive.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the answer is yes. I did work today.
Yep. Was it
And
good?
it was wet. Got wet.
Wet.
Sucks.
Getting wet is the worst, except for when you're in bed.
Except for then.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hey, yes, I put a little bit of a top donator text, if you can guys see that on the stream, so we know who the main supporters are of the stream, the podcast, which is awesome. Hole and Ass coming in 130.
Yeah.
We got Ginge at 150 and Alexandra at 15.
That was a sick podcast last week.
Oh, last week's podcast
Yeah,
was so long. It was
hectic.
awesome. So fun.
I thought I was here for the whole thing. Okay. Got mixed up with me daylight savings times, mate.
Yeah.
Shit.
Nah, it's all good. That happens sometimes. That's because we changed. So at least we know that now that you guys are 5 o'clock and we're 6 o'clock, which is good.
Yeah.
Oh, certainly, yeah. I think the only person that annoys is James because he has to get back home from work earlier.
That's true. We might have to move it forward then, maybe to like 7
Nah,
if you guys can.
that's alright.
Like if you have to rush.
She'd be right, man.
Shibby.
Most of the time, I'm like prepping for the cars and stuff, trying to load up shit at this time.
Yeah,
but
true.
I don't have any events on this weekend.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, the event I'm supposed to be going to might be postponed because of COVID. We're looking to get like a few less cases. We got like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And I think we got extended in lockdown for like another week. So
You shitting me?
nah.
I thought they said it had to be less than 5 or something rather.
Yeah, it's like we had like 1 yesterday and then 2 today, and like the average works out to be 5 or something. So it just sucks. So it might get pushed out to December, which means it's a Matsuri instead of just a 1-dayer, which is pretty cool.
Ah,
But
yeah,
yeah.
sweet.
It's just longer.
Just more time to prepare.
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly.
Hey,
Is
James,
your
I have a
car-
What's that?
Pardon?
I have a proposition for you.
Yep.
Oh, mate. Do you want to come fix my exhaust?
Where's that? Is that Archie or?
Yeah. Sunday fun day drifting. Start and finish line for beginners.
Damn, that's awesome.
I don't know if I'd want to go to a beginner one anymore because the other one was so much better.
Whoa. Oh, Mr. James.
Hey, no, I don't mean it like that, but
Nah,
like
yeah, I know.
as in the track
Nah, that
layout and
makes
shit,
sense.
you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, no, once you've fully sent it, you kind of just got to
Yeah,
keep going and not worry about it, do you?
Yeah, well, it's so much fun, like just linking lap after lap, and then you learn so fast doing that too.
yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah. But is it Narvo?
Said Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, so.
Yeah.
Where
Well,
we come out and just like
that would be sick.
spectate. Are you
wish
gonna
I could
go?
just come
I'll
out.
come out if you're going.
If I was up there, I'd do it.
I'm thinking
100%.
about it.
Yeah, it'd be good to learn more like stuff
That'd
though.
be sick.
So like even if you do it, Zach, even if like the layout's not
Yeah.
as good.
Oh, any
Need to
seat
get-
time's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I need to get it back out on the track.
yeah.
100.
Oh, so
Mhm.
the new car, eh?
What do you reckon?
How it? Oh,
Is it
it's
beast, is it
sick.
beast?
It's so good. Like,
Gus the Civic.
It-
The old owner named it Gus for
What?
some unknown reason,
Yeah.
but it's staying like that.
Just a
It's an
bus.
absolute. I guess I was gonna say it's a shit box. It's actually
It's a
amazing.
weapon.
It's
What a
probably
weapon.
more road legal than any of my other cars. So
Yeah, 100%.
What is it?
the Civic, man.
Yeah.
So
I thought
Yeah,
you
wait,
knew
what's
well
that?
before anyone
No.
else.
I didn't know.
that was funny as
Really?
last week. You just
Wow.
like you said that, and then you sort of just said, "Oh, I'm gonna have dinner."
I wonder
Dude.
if anyone else in chat actually
I don't
knows
know
or knew last week. I didn't actually. Yeah, I didn't put anything out, and James is like, "Oh yeah, so when are you picking up the Civic?" I'm like, "Oh,"
And we were all like,
getting
"What? What?"
Spicy.
I legit felt so bad. Like
Yeah.
I felt bad for hours later.
Yeah.
I came out of the room and I was like to Zara, I was like, babe, I think I just stuffed up, eh? Like I just fully revealed his surprise. And she's like, yeah, you stuffed up. And
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, that's funny,
so
hey?
good.
Oh,
"Oh,
Adam Reed is going to be on the sec
Adam
too.
Reed, mate, hurry your butt.
it's got a tight end."
TJD, hey mate, how you going? Aussie Hoon official, hey mate.
Did anyone just see that in the podcast?
No, I did not see
My
that.
dog just hates me.
That's not
Aussie Hoon
nice.
official, thank you so much for subscribing, mate.
That's ridiculous. What's up, TJD?
There's Tom in the building.
Hey Alex, Sphinx, hey mate. Usually we don't like talk to the chat this early on, but the guest is just talking to a client, so
Yeah, he's
we can talk to
Wait,
you guys
I'm
now and at
actually
the end of
here
the
on
stream as well,
screen,
which is
so-
awesome.
him there.
What'd your dog do?
Oh, it kind of walked in, and then I was going to go pick it up and give it some love, and then it just like did a full U-bolt and just sped back out the room. It's a bit sad.
I had to lock our dog in the bedroom. That's a bit sad.
Oh, big sad, man.
Big sad.
Do
Otherwise,
you
they
have any
fight.
pets? Do you have any pets, man?
I don't, but my housemates have like cats. Like there's 2 cats in the house.
Nice.
Yeah, they were just making
Nice.
weird ass noises before. Like one was on top of the other, like biting it, and they're like, "Meow." It was whack.
Mez, your legend.
Yo, BCI, thank you so much for the $5, mate. You're a legend.
That's so nice.
Hell,
I know.
it's ridiculous.
I love it
So
when
nice.
people that donate. I can't even give them enough love. Like we can't. Like last week was nuts.
That was
Dude, last week was crazy.
Yeah. Like
just out of nowhere.
the stream's just getting better and better as well, guys. Like I'm trying to invest like a border around the screen as well, just to make it like less boring and black as well. Like get some nice stuff going, which would be cool.
Some
Get some
turbo.
hectic graphics going on.
Yeah.
And
Star
SpongeBob.
wipes. Oh,
Hey.
SpongeBob just rocked up.
Yeah, SpongeBob rocked up and he said, "G'day, mate."
Doing a dance.
Oh god.
yeah, no, I'm keen to see the stream get, star wipe animations and
Yeah,
dude,
it's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be
awesome.
sick.
That'll be cool.
Like, yeah, it's like just investing in it. It's just fun, and like your guys' feedback as well. Like I love your input.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah.
So what's new with you, Mez? What's
me?
up? What are we doing?
What am I doing? Well, last night I posted my second Poor Man's Highlights video, and it's doing pretty well. Just been organising the podcast, and what's that sound?
I think that's Hayden.
Hayden's doing the dishes.
I'll mute him real quick. There we go. Yeah, it's just working, carrying away with the Poor Man's Highlights, doing the podcast with you guys, and just trying to have fun. And I just picked up skating again, actually, which is fun.
Sick.
I was just like, I'm so like haven't done it for like 6 years, and I went to the skate park. I was like trying to grind this box. I just sucked.
Oh, so you are allowed back to the skate park now, or is
that like they opened up playgrounds and there's like kids running around everywhere, but they didn't open skate parks. It was weird. And
that's weird.
Yeah.
So they've just opened skate parks up again, which is awesome. And there's one down the road from my house. Yo, Adam, hey mate.
Oh,
bit of a kerfuffle, eh?
Oh yeah, just a tad.
Just a little.
Dude, I saw a sneaky ratchet strap around a CV boot. What is going on?
Yeah, what's up with that?
CV, bro. I don't have CV. Nah, drag link, fucking snaps, which is.
So for anyone in chat that hasn't seen it, right, we got a message saying that Adam wasn't going to make it because of this monstrosity. What is? I want to know. I want to know something behind this. What is the go here?
Basically, that's the steering, and that's what basically holds the wheels in the same spot. And so when you turn that whole bar that goes side to side, right?
Oh,
basically,
true.
like where it goes onto the ball joint, like just broke. So basically, if we went to drive, then the left wheel would just go like that.
Flappy,
Yeah.
That sucks.
So it's like now you've updated it to like adaptive wheel alignment.
Hikers.
No, it literally drove. It broke on the test drive.
Oh wow.
So
no.
because it for all the viewers who are following Little Sneaky, it got a lift put in it, and it got new transmission and new transfer case put in it as well. And then it got taken on the test drive after the lift, and he went to straighten the steering wheel by like adjusting it, and it just broke.
Damn.
So it's been I haven't had the Troopy for 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
And I went to pick it up, and of course down here it's a stupid public holiday tomorrow.
Yep.
The most pointless public holiday in the world, and I can't get the part in. It's ridiculous.
I got the day
I'm
off
not happy.
tomorrow though. It's awesome. I don't have to go to work.
Oh yeah, but you got the day off to do nothing. You can't do anything.
Oh, I got heaps of things to do. I can film, go for a skate.
I don't even have a car. This is
Well,
bullshit.
Adam's upset.
Yeah.
Yes,
Tell
I'm
us how
very
you
upset.
feel.
He's
Come
not
on.
happy.
I just hate this public holiday. Thank you day. Get stuffed.
Let's call it
What do you think?
not grand final day.
I'm not thank you for anything.
He's mad.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm right. If my video drops out, it's because my phone will go flat.
Oh, are you serious?
Mm,
What are the viewers going to think about that?
I'm sure that'll be fine.
Yeah, they will be. So, I don't have a beer. What am I going to do?
Go get one.
Yeah, but like there's none in my fridge besides carton drafts, and I don't really want those.
This top donators thing, is that today or is that from last
Nah.
time?
It's today. Nah, it's from last time.
Yeah, you missed it.
I was like, holy.
Off.
Nah. I just put it up there just so we can recognize the boys.
Yeah,
that
nah,
support
it's
us
cool.
most, which is cool. Have a bong instead.
Have a bong, mate.
I don't do that. I do not do that. You might think I do because of my long hair.
My car looks super cool though.
Yeah, that picture you sent, which I'm probably not going to show
Monster
anyone,
truck.
is freaking sick. Like,
It is a monster truck.
I was looking at new tires today. I can't get Maxxis because literally, the guy I usually use can't find them anywhere. I don't know if you found any through Treadworks.
Well, today was a bit taken up with my broken car that he broke.
Yeah, that he
So-
Yep, awesome.
Nah, he didn't break it. It was going to break, and it just went. So
Yeah.
if I went forward driving, it was going to snap, and that would have been even
Yeah, that would have
worse.
been the end of the day. So I found some Hankook mud terrains, which look all right, and they are budget friendly to go along the series.
Let me Let me ask Treadworks,
Yeah.
because he is actually the Max's man.
Yeah.
So, if you're really wanting to stick to the budget build, you'd be going second-hand tires, though.
True.
Mm.
But there's no point in getting second-hand tires, really. In my opinion.
It's all right.
I don't know.
Sometimes you can earn money off buying second-hand tires, using them 6 months, then selling them.
Yeah, true.
Oh.
Thanks, mate.
Oh.
Half of the drag work and half of the lift kit from Mez. Mez is doing a $5 lift kit.
Oh, God.
How high can you go with
Thank
$5?
you. Oh,
Not high at all.
1 millimeter. Thank you for the $8, Alex, you legend. And thank you for the $5, James. You're also a legend.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I really love the support. We got our first 2 members of the channel, which is awesome, like paid members. One is, the guy, I don't know if you've watched the video on my channel, it's the 105 series Land Cruiser. One's him, and one's just another guy. And so they get
just another guy. You mean a member?
A member, yeah. Sorry, not just another guy. And he's got his little SR20 sub badge, which is sick. Oh, okay.
Oh, Ginge is back.
Ginge, you. Oh,
mate.
What an entrance, eh?
Yeah. G'day, boys. There you go.
Oh, man.
Thank you so much for the $39, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Absolute legend.
Sorry if I'm like a little bit half distracted. I'm trying to organise some parts.
Nah, you're all good, mate.
But
You're all
I'm
good.
here.
We are waiting for Hayden to come back from serving a customer, which is fine. So it gives us time to chat and chat to the chat as well, which I said chat like 5 times just then.
Oh my god, is this a week where we're actually going to talk about lowered drift cars and not full drives?
Yeah.
No! No!
Dude, what? How do we become members? If you aren't on mobile, you can go down, scroll down, and there's a join button next to subscribe, and you can choose one of the things there. And you get a little sub badge, which you'll see once you click it.
Can I get one of those? That's sick.
Yeah, they're freaking awesome, dude. So pretty much it starts off with an SR20, and then I think 2 months in you get an LS as your emblem, and then 4 months or something is a Barra, and then it goes RB26 and then 2J for 12 months, which is cool.
Is there a way to skip the 2-month badge?
There is not. You have to just put down that grind and get it in.
All right.
So,
guys, I wouldn't even worry about it, to be honest.
Wait, their support that supports us though, so you should probably just tell them to
Oh yeah, you should all do it.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Whatever.
You need to have one above that, a VTEC H22.
Like over a year. Like
platinum
24 months you get a VTEC built VTEC.
mate.
I want to get them all cartoon drawn so they look a bit better, but for now this is good.
That's a sick order though. You've done well.
Yeah,
I agree.
I was just sitting down and I was like, man, I'm doing that.
Nailed it.
Hayden doing Oi! Stop supporting
Welcome
yourself.
to the
Thanks,
dream
mate.
team.
Thank you. See the little SR20 guys? If he types in chat, that's next to his name.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Like something?
That's very sick.
We talk.
Yeah, the old Tommy SR20, mate. You are correct.
Oh, he's onto it.
Hayden is indeed wearing...
Oh, that's sick ass.
Hey, Lachlan. Hey, mate. How you going? Barra should have been entry level. It's a turbo.
Yeah, and I'll friggin' fight
It's a
you.
turbo
Don't
Barra.
you stress. This is Tom too. 100% I'll fight him. He's shorter than me.
Yeah, Hayden is indeed wearing a full camo outfit. My
Say
day
hi,
was pretty
Hayden.
good. My day was pretty.
Yes, he's a.
Oi, Hayden, are you good at drifting? Yeah, mate.
He's done well.
Yeah, mate.
Talk about a current affair. Yeah, Tracy Grimshaw.
Fucking
Yeah, I don't know.
Oi,
I don't know what he's doing.
guys, do yourself a favour before Hayden comes back and go to Joy Break and watch the Team Kamikaze video. It's literally insane. And that's why he was on a current affair, pretty much. Well, they were on a current affair.
It's
That
cool.
was massive when that happened here. Eh?
Oh,
That
it was huge.
I like it. I rate it.
It's
A
the
lot.
best thing ever.
So good.
Well, in other news, I may have found a part
Oh,
in Frankston.
nice. I
Oh,
might be able to travel it.
Maybe.
Can you
I
travel
don't.
that far?
I'm unsure if it's the correct part. Yeah. Well, you can be in the middle.
Oh,
So
true.
25 k's is pretty far.
For some reason you can't. Oh, you might be on mobile. If so, this guy Alex can't see the join button because he's on mobile. I think I have to set up a
so
link.
if you go look down beside where it says subscribed, it should be subscribed to Mezzarino. It should be a little join button right down there. However, if you're on phone, I think it's somewhere different.
I can
if you
get a
jump
link,
on
I
your
think.
desktop, it could be there.
Yeah. Hold with me for a second, and I will get a link.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
yeah, he's on mobile.
You're on mobile. All right, sweet. I think Maz is getting your link. Woo.
Okay.
That's some service right there.
What the?
That's it. Top tier service.
Link. This is
Guys,
a dumb question.
Yeah.
Right, Adam.
Mhm.
When you lift your car, I'm guessing that just gives you like way more clearance, so you can go over more hectic terrain.
Yeah, it's basically the reasons for lifting your car is one, you can fit bigger tires. So, the 33s look pretty small on my car now.
Yeah, they look
Two, you've got it's more for like rock crawler stuff. You got more clearance, like approach angle is better because like your bar work is higher up, so it'll hit the wheels. Like it can go over ship easier.
Yeah, right.
Lift will normally give you more flex because you got more range of motion. Like it'll let you go further. But I need new shocks, so it won't flex heaps more because I've only got 2-inch shocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And then say if you're doing like river crossings or bog holes or something, it keeps the cab higher up, so you're out of the water and the mud and stuff. So that's positive. Negatives of a lift is all your weight's higher up, so it leans more and tips and rolls easier.
Then you get the guys that get massive lifts and then go get groceries, which is basically everyone in Queensland.
like huge lifts are basically completely pointless.
It's just like slamming your car on the ground, pretty much.
So like all the winch truck people, they all actually run like now they all run stock height on winch trucks because it's harder for them to roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's interesting.
But yeah, like you will go. It's funny with the winch trucks; they literally just have like stock height, no flex because they don't care. They just send it. But yeah, like a 2-inch lift is good. I like you normally need that to clear bigger tires anyway, without like doing stupendous cutting.
Yeah.
But like normally over the top of 2 inches, normally a little bit over the top. 4-inch you can get away with, but like you look at cars with 4-inch lifts and you're like, that is massive. So it's a big cop attention when you've got over 2-inch lift. Which my car I put a 2-inch lift in it, but because of the bar work on it, because it's such a high clearance comp bar, it looks fucking huge in the front.
It
looks massive. But it's only a 2-inch, so it's legal. It just looks huge. Anyway,
Was it like even at the front and the back? Because it looked way higher at the front.
Yeah, so it's 2 at the front, 2 at the back, and then I bought the wrong extended shackles, so that should level it out when I put them in, because it is sitting on a slight angle. It's not too bad. It was also sitting on a hill, so.
That would do it.
Thank you so much for becoming part of the dream team, Alex.
Yeah,
you're a legend.
Thank you, Alex.
Absolute legend.
Welcome, Alex.
Oh, Ginge.
Ginge.
Thank you, mate. You absolute legend.
Oh,
Wait, support the podcast. That's the top. What? Oh, that's that's second from the. It just. Oh.
What? What does that mean?
There's different tiers, right? It's called the Dream Team. You pay $3 to support. Lucid Dream, which is $6. Support the podcast is $15, and then there's the big dreamer is at $30, and he just went for the. Oh, dude, you're an absolute legend. I can't we can't thank you enough. Seriously, thank you, mate.
Can you make it if you subscribe for $96? You get a 1HZ motor because that's how many kilowatts are made 20 years ago.
That would be so good. Oh god. I can put emotes in as well, like custom emotes. So when you sub and you want to put something in chat instead of like typing, I can get like custom, like our faces drawn up, or like if I get an artist to do whatever, which would be
That
really
would be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
I don't know what do you reckon,
I
chat?
can
What
give
do you
you a
guys want to see?
sick Barra logo from my merch if you want.
Oh, we can do that. You are part of the podcast, and that
I was
means
gonna say,
Zara is
how
part of the
much?
podcast.
Sorry, shameless plug right there, boys. No,
Yeah.
not me. Yeah, I can send one your way if you want.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
It's got a sick turtle on the side.
I'll add it in.
All right, sweet.
Fully
Yeah,
sick.
this is sick. And guys, I am adding a border around the screen as well. I'm getting some animations and stuff made up just to make it look a bit like, I don't know, better on the eyes instead of just some black and some screens. So, yeah.
Sick. That'll be sick.
Where's Hayden? What is he doing?
Oh, mate.
How dare he have customer service?
How dare he?
I want to
How
talk.
dare he? What a dog.
180's actually at his house on the hoist at the moment, eh?
Is it?
Yeah.
What?
Just getting the screamer pipe plumbed
Ah,
back in.
True.
Just so everyone knows, this is like how I look basically before every weekend of fall driving, because the car is always broken and just like, fuck, I need parts
And you
now.
just like
Like all the time. And it always happens end of a week, there's public holiday, you've got stuff planned. Because I'm a professional photographer, right? So I can be paid by companies to go out and take photos
yeah.
with my car, which is what I had planned. Because it's lockdown and it's shit. So I wanted to do something fun for once. Within the legal limits. But I don't have a fucking car.
Well,
You're gonna have to Uber.
that's it. We're taking the poor man's Hilux and we're going out.
Go on.
That would actually be fun. That would be the funnest video ever, I reckon.
Taking out the poor man's Hilux.
Yeah,
We won't get far.
I know.
It's got highway tyres on it, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, we will literally make it nowhere.
Hancooks, they're sucked. And they're down to the, what's it called? Indicators.
Yeah, they're toast.
Tread.
We'll just take the two-wheel drive Hilux that I got here.
Yeah, that'd be probably better, I reckon.
Oh.
Oh, hey, Zach, are you ever going to get to talk to Hayden? Or are you doing your stream?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so.
Take the wagon, he says. So
I don't know. That's Hayden.
what's the go with your little stream? Is that just like a little Q&A? You're playing games? What are you doing?
Just doing whatever, man. I haven't been able to stream on my channel for so long, simply because it's just, I don't know. I've just been, just doing stuff. I've been playing a lot of games, just been trying to sort of relax a little bit. It's been a little bit weird on YouTube at the moment, especially since like the COVID spike and then coming back down and sort of plateauing.
Yeah.
A lot of people sort of don't know really what's happening. So I've just sort of really taken a step back and tried to take my time from it. So
Yeah, for sure.
I've just like limited it down to like one stream, but I've just ordered like a whole bunch of stuff on my computer. So hopefully I can start streaming games as well.
Yeah, hell
So
yeah.
I'm pretty stoked. Yeah.
Nice. Well,
Yes.
if you want me to pop in, I can pop in if you want. Oh, here we
Oh
go.
my god. Oh my god. He's here.
Hayden, mate.
The crutch shot.
He is back.
G'day.
Welcome to the podcast.
What's going on?
Thanks. I just had a customer pick his S15 up. I've never had a customer do this. He hit me up to see what I drank, but I don't actually drink alcohol. So he bought me like 40 cans of Mother.
I thought you were going to say like kombucha or something. Like, this is a slab of kombucha. No way.
Oh, I can show you if you want.
Yeah, chuck it out, mate. Do it.
Yeah, here we go.
40 cans.
Oh my god.
Oh
Holy
my god.
That just looks
What?
like a heart attack.
Yeah, that's a heart attack right
Yeah,
now.
look at that. I'm pretty proud of that.
It's cool.
At least you better start work early and get going.
That's right.
40
Exactly.
days for 40 days.
Yeah, so I was like, no, bro, you don't need to buy me anything. Like, he paid me the bill. I'm like,
And then-
he's like, no, man, you've gone above and beyond to help me out. Like, I'd
Oh,
love
what
to
a
do that. I was
legend.
like,
That's
oh,
awesome.
thanks, bro.
He Must be
Yeah.
I
doing
think
some awesome work.
customers should start getting. Oh wait, that's James. Oh yeah, I reckon you should do that too.
Yeah, that red 180 dude should just like send you some beer.
Yeah, I reckon you
Brother.
should charge him double. To be honest, that bloody
Whoa,
cutting into your time.
Hang on a second.
double. Jeez. I don't know about
What's the nothing? I don't know.
So have you got any more customers for the night, or is that it?
Nah, bro, that's me. I've just got to close up the workshop when I'm finished with you guys, and then
No worries.
yeah, I'm planning to. I'm hoping it's going to rain down here, so I can go out for a bit of a. Maybe I should write that in the cheeky chat.
bit of lubrication on the old.
That's right. Yeah, the liquid horsepower. That's right.
Tire saving liquid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're the Warriors, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
So your workshop's at home, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
it's at home, so it's really good because my last workshop was actually in Chindra, which is about 45 minutes from here, drive like south of the border. So I'm actually stoked that I was able to move up here. Like obviously I've been here since like July last year.
Yeah.
But I can only imagine how horrible it'd be if I was having to drive down there now. You know what I mean?
That'd suck.
Yeah, with the border and whatnot. So yeah, man, I literally just wake up in the morning and just walk outside, and I'm at work.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's good. It's great.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
So how do you know James?
I think it was just Instagram how we met, to be honest.
Classic. Yeah.
Actually, your missus seen Zara driving the 180.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We messaged each other on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then we met at a car meet, I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. With my chaser there. That's
you had the
right.
chaser.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
That's
true.
shooting
You
Dax
had a
trying to get
chaser.
home.
yeah. I actually got done on the way home. Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, the cops were kind of out the front. And I was like, I'll just wait till everyone leaves. I'll leave last. Ha ha. And then they were just like, no, we'll leave last when you do.
That's
But like, it's the first cops I've ever had that were actually like, man, I've never been able to say I like cops. They've always given me the hardest time. Probably because like the way I look as well as the cars I drive. Man, they were great. Like I was like, dude, like what the fuck's the go? We're at a car meet, like trying to do the right thing, and you guys are rocking up like, you know, defecting people. And he's like, oh man, like, he's like, oh, we know you're trying to do the right thing, but the people out the front doing burnouts are ruining it for you. And I was like, yeah, that's right. We're not doing the burnouts. So like,
So just
you know what I mean?
people doing burnouts. Like
That's right. And then I was like, surely you, like, I'm like, what do you class as a hoon? Like, surely you don't class like a car like this as a hoon car. And like, I was expecting them to be like, yeah, it is. And they were like, oh, no, man, we know that like you guys aren't the people like the hoons. He's like, the hoons are the people that are missing a few teeth and driving like AU Falcons and commies in industrial estates. And I was like, this guy knows.
What are you doing here then?
That's right. Yeah. And all I got done for was not displaying a front number plate.
Wow.
well, that is fair enough. I guess.
That's rough though.
So I guess you feel pretty strongly about the cops hanging out the front of Mezzarino defecting cars.
Oh, bro. Like, if I had a couple of Besser blocks, I would have been like proper hocking them at cops as I drove past.
Well, yeah. What was the go there?
Yeah.
Dude, they had the same like mentality. They were really nice, eh?
Yeah.
But I think they just got sent there and they said like go defect some people. Eh?
If you don't.
Yeah.
Bloody...
I could imagine how shit they feel at car events doing that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. Like it is their job.
Yeah.
at the end of the day, but
That's right, yeah. And I think like it's not like them being like, oi, let's go and fuck these people over. It's kind of like they're higher up. So like this is what's going down here. You guys need to go out there and defect people. And it's not like they can be like, no.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so yeah.
100%.
But I still think it's wrong.
It's
Like
fine,
at the end of the day, man, we're out there trying to do the right thing, trying to drive, you know, to a track. And you know, the hardest thing with like what we're doing here in Australia is even if we do go to the track, people don't understand the cost involved in doing so. So, you know, we have to, in America, it's like, oh man, well, I have you know, let's say you have a budget of 70 grand or 50 grand. You know, in Australia, you have to buy a track car, you have to buy a tow car, you have to buy a trailer, you know, so you've got X amount of money to spend. In America, they just buy a car and they can drive that car to the event.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, I had to pay for this trailer. I had to pay for this tow car. I had to pay for all this stuff to come out here and try to do it right. And then there's like still cops like defecting like tow cars. Like, oh, you like, it's like, fuck off, dude. Like,
yeah, it's pretty weird.
Yeah.
They just started.
But they detecting registered cars on the back of trailers as well. Like,
yeah. I've seen them do that before, man. And that's never happened to me. But if that wants to happen to me, man, I would 100% take that to court and it would be thrown out the door, man. Because you could literally say, man, I made the car look like this before I drove here. I trailered it here and I'm going to trailer it home and then make it legal again.
Yeah.
I'm not driving it on the road. There's no there's no way you can give me a fine for that.
100%.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true.
Like what?
That's right, and they're the ones I think that ruin it for other cops because like James said, these cops were nice. They were pretty understanding. But the cops that are like, nah, I'm gonna fuck this guy over however I can. If his registered car is on the trailer, I'm gonna fucking do him for it. It's like, well, nah, you're actually the reason people hate cops.
Yeah.
Like the other people are the reason why people respect police, and then the hardest thing is it's like, man, no, like I don't respect police at all. and if I was to have a kid and raise that kid, I would want to be able to tell that kid, like, that's a police officer. They're here to keep you safe. You should respect them, this and that. But from the runnings into I've had with police, none of them have been nice except for that one scenario.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, man, like, how are these, they should be working with the community to make, people respect police and know that they're doing the right work to make the streets and the neighborhoods safer. Man, I can tell you right now, 6 cops on cop bikes waiting for people to come out of Matsuri to defect them is not policing the right way.
Yeah.
They're freaking 20 minutes from Logan where people probably sell crack on majority of the corners.
Hell yeah.
Go and fucking do those people. Like, that's going to make the community safer.
Yeah.
Have you ever been over to Japan by any chance?
No, I haven't, no.
So going over there is actually crazy, and just looking at how different the cops are towards their car scene out there, because if you could imagine, the Japanese fucking modified their cars out of this world compared to what we had in Australia. And the cops don't even bat an eye, especially when I went over to Japan. I was driving Samet's wide body Yoshio factory pink S15. Cops don't even bat an eyelid to it. And the best thing is I was actually asking Sam, I'm like, how do you go with police? And he said they are there to serve the public, which is basically what they do. They are the nicest people ever. And on their off time, they pick up rubbish around the street when they got nothing to do. Like, imagine if Australian cops did that. It's
exactly.
Gnarly, dude.
Exactly. And another crazy thing I've heard about Japan is like a 0 alcohol limit. So when you're driving in Japan, it's like you can't have any alcohol in your system.
That's good.
But you can drive around a gangster car if you want to.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I don't drink alcohol, and I can understand people that want a beer on a Friday afternoon after work. But man, I would much rather not have alcohol in my system and get to drive a gangster car. But over here, the limit is, whatever it is, man, I don't drink like ever. Man, I've probably been drunk maybe 30 times in my whole life.
Yeah.
And that by no means makes me a better person or blah blah blah. That's not what I'm sort of aiming at. But man, if I was to have a drink of alcohol, man, I may not be over the limit, but because I don't drink much alcohol, I could be quite literally be tipsy.
You would be worse than someone that has like 6 cans a night.
That's right.
Modified cars are a lot less dangerous than being drunk.
Yeah.
That's exactly right, man. And for me to be driving around under the but I'm probably still tipsy, reaction time is slower, man, I could quite literally, fuck up and write someone's family off. It's like, well, maybe we should have 0 alcohol and that would stop that issue.
Yeah.
That's where I massively agree with that.
Brakes that could stop better and probably turn a corner a lot better than a lot of other cars on the ground. And that's illegal, man. How dare you? Can't believe that.
That's exactly right, man. I'll always struggle to agree with people who are I can understand that the media thrusts things into the Australian eye as, everyone who owns something obnoxious and loud is a hoon.
It's a hoon, yeah.
And unfortunately, that's the way the Australian people see it. It doesn't matter what car you drive. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if your car is a little bit loud and a little bit obnoxious. You're a hoon.
Yeah. I hate the way it's portrayed in Australia.
That's right. It's so bad. It's like, well, no.
Tracy did all that, eh?
Yeah, it's literally Tracy.
That's exactly right.
Like,
yeah,
they just put all this like fear. It's just news into people's like older people's eyes. Like I said to my uncle once, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting a Skyline," and he was like, "Oh, that's a hoon car," and I was like, "No, it's not. It's a nice car from Japan."
Yeah. But like, you talk to basically any of the old people in your life, they've done that shit back in the day.
That's right.
Like, back in my day, I used to drink 24 beers and then go drive and be silly. I'm fine. Like,
yeah.
And the first car that was a fucking XY GTHO.
Yeah. And back then, it was like drifting wasn't a thing. It was just like, oh, we'd just go around corners sideways, and even the word hoon wasn't a thing. Like the media has just made this word and then put fear into people's eyes under anyone they call that word. And it's just like, well, no, that's not right. Like, and these people that are like, oh, just take it to the track. It's like, dude, I enjoy driving my car to the shops. Like,
how dare you?
Like, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm cutting burnouts from my driveway to Coles.
You are, dude. Your car's lowered. You have to be doing burnouts.
That's right. Yeah.
So now, with them camping out QR, like, because they were there at Rotary Revival on the weekend, and Friday Night Drift, they were there as well. So now people are getting the wrong impression, thinking, well, I've got less chance of actually getting pulled if I go to industrial.
Yeah. That's exactly right, man. And also the thing is, it's like, oh, take it to the racetrack. Well, the cops are at the racetrack as well.
Yeah.
So no, I'd rather not pay. Like, I'd rather not pay track entry and run the risk of not being caught, just cruising around in my car. Or I could go to the track where in the last 4 weeks they've been there how many times?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
God, I wish Sarah was here to hear this.
Tell her to listen.
She is like a full-on Karen, man. I tell you what.
I hope she's not listening.
What's that?
Does she watch the news?
No, we don't watch the news, but I've been trying to get her into the fact that no, I'm not a stupid idiot on the road that just has two really loud, obnoxious cars.
Yeah, that's right.
Because she's seen it all her life, and when we were talking, I'm just like, I'm not into cars that much, and here I am with it.
I don't
My bad. She's stuck with me now.
Yeah, that's right.
That's so good.
Yeah, it depends what you've been conditioned into.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. Yeah.
Well, tell us about your girlfriend Tracy Grimshaw. What's the goss there?
Yeah. How did
Tracy doesn't seem to like me too much, eh?
No, definitely not.
I think that's probably the biggest question that I wanted to ask you as well.
Yeah.
How did all that go down? Because you did the video and like you want to explain all that stuff, that whole story.
So pretty much like we teed it up with Josh from Joybreak, as I'm sure all you guys know. He's an amazing photographer, an amazing videographer, and editing and whatnot. Man, he's flawless. And like Josh is one of my really good friends. He's actually here now. But Josh is like massive paranoid. He's probably going to hear this, but he's like a dude who smokes way too much weed, but he doesn't smoke any weed. So like he goes above and beyond to make sure that nothing can ever come back to anyone. It's crazy. And so long story short, where that is filmed is it's actually on Christmas Day, which not very many people know.
Yeah.
And it is, man, 4 hours west of civilization. There's nothing out there.
Yeah.
We drive out there on Christmas Eve, and we sleep in the cars, pull the cars off the trailer as soon as the sun comes up, and then we drive at 4 a.m. So, it's on Christmas Day. There's no one around for one because it's Christmas Day. And for two, there's no one around out there anyway because it's so far away from civilization.
Yeah.
And then the news kind of got a hold of it and then just twisted it into, being like this, these people are killing innocent children fucking, it's like they were saying we were doing 200k through school zones.
Yeah.
But imagine if the media portrayed it actually how it was. Like, instead of saying, "Oh, these hoons are driving around blind corners and this and that, and it just takes a momentary lapse and someone's going to kill themselves." Imagine if they just told the truth. Like, "Oh, well, there is a news report on people doing the wrong thing, but let's just take some things into consideration. This was filmed on Christmas Day. This was filmed at 4 a.m. in the morning. This was filmed in the middle of the bush where there is no one.
Yeah.
And yes, they have spotters on all the corners, but instead of saying like they just portrayed like anything they could have said that was good, they turned it into bad. Like, the cop says, "Oh, they have spotters, but what are the spotters looking for? Are they looking for cars, or are they watching these hoons do drifts?" It's just like,
that's so good.
It's just like, well, nah, like, we're actually out there trying to do this safely.
Yeah.
So the spotters are watching for cars, like,
yeah.
And we've never seen a car out there. But you know what I mean? It's like, oh man, yeah, like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not us.
Yeah.
If it was, it's like
stupid to do that shit around blind corners anyway, or if the spotters, took their eyes off it, it could mean something, but you guys wouldn't do that shit without spotters, though.
That's exactly right, man. That course, if you would call it, is very fast. Yeah. Like you're doing third gear the whole time, and you're doing at times the top of third gear. So you're at times doing well over 100 Ks. You can't do that and just be like, "Oh, well, I hope there's no cars there."
Yeah, I'll just send it by myself one day. Yeah,
exactly right.
Yeah. So like the hardest thing is they grabbed the footage and then they just turned it into this. Instead of reporting on true things, they reported on anything they could and made it look bad and made it look unsafe.
Yeah. When really it's the safest environment it could be in. Yeah. It was almost a track, pretty much.
That's exactly right. Right. And the hardest thing too is that that you get the people in the comments like, "Oh, take it to the track. It's like, man, people do this stuff because it gives them an adrenaline rush, and because it makes them feel, in a way free from whatever thought. When you become so good at something that you don't need to think about anymore. When you're doing that thing, you're not thinking about anything. You're not thinking about, whatever you've got going on in your life. You're not thinking about how much you hate your job, how much you may hate your missus, how much you're arguing with your family, blah, blah, blah. You're just in this state of mind where nothing is going through your head other than what you're doing.
So will my Jay-Z blow up? That whole thing.
Yeah, that's right. You know what I mean? So, people are like, "Oh, just take it to the track, blah, blah, blah." It's like, dude, I'm going to give you there's no such thing as a Movie World year pass. You got to pay $70 every time you go into Movie World. And then you're going to go on the Superman ride every second week for a year. And then you're going to tell me in a year how exciting that ride is.
Yeah.
And those people are going to be like, "Oh, like I could quite literally fall asleep on it now." It's like, exactly.
Yeah, the first 2 times it's awesome, and then the rest will just be shit house.
That's exactly right. And it's like these people are just, "Oh, take it to the track. Yeah, I would take it to the track if there was 10 different tracks and they were all within half an hour drive of me.
Yeah.
But they're not. The closest track to me is an hour and a half.
Yeah.
The closest track from there is realistically Coffs Harbour, which is 4 hours away.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, no, how about I put things into perspective for you? I'm gonna put a TV in front of you and say, you can have this TV, but you can only watch it every second week, and you have to pay money to watch it. And if you were to say that to someone, they'd tell you you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100. Yeah.
But because there's a car is involved and we're hoons. Oh no! Well, all of your retrospect on things just gets thrown out the door. It's just like, well, no, actually. We're the people that are working on our cars day in, day out. We're not the people in surface on a weekend sticking pingers in our ass and drunk and king hitting people when we're drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the ones who are not out partying, who aren't spending our money on dumb shit.
Yeah.
Who genuinely just enjoy cars. And we're the menaces to society. It's like, man, how backward do you people have it?
It's pretty retarded. Like, Yeah, they have it's pretty backwards. Like, yeah, going clubbing and all that stuff. Like, I've made so many friends just through like cars. And,
that's right. Yeah, exactly.
Yep, 100%, man. That's so true.
Yeah,
It's fucking shit.
Yeah, it is. It's not right. You know what I mean? And I mean, unfortunately, it's just what can we do as even if every drifter got together, let's just say that's even, man. Let's just even say that's 1% of the Australian community, which is 250 million people. Let's just say it's 1%. That's only 250,000 people in Australia, and I can guarantee you there's nowhere near that amount of people in Australia that are into drifting. So you're going into the points of a percent that are into drifting in Australia. Like, what can we do? Our numbers are so little.
Yeah.
We don't have a voice. Even if we were to all get together and do whatever we could do, man, like the way the media has portrayed us, we will never win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's no way you would see that type of news in the States or like the UK or anything.
Yeah, that's right, man. Like, look at all the tracks they have out there. Look at the community that supports motorsport.
Yeah, it's massive over there.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And then there's Formula Drift drivers that are being treated like professional baseball, basketball, NFL.
Yeah.
Man, they're athletes, and they should be treated like that because
100%.
they are the top of their skill level.
Yeah.
Whereas over here, there's nothing like that. I mean, when is the last time you ever saw like a drift event televised? That's not a thing.
Yeah, it's
but
just live.
we're arguably skillful as some of us are arguably as skillful as V8 supercar drivers, which are like they're celebrities in Australia.
Yeah.
Who like talk to anyone who's even into some form of car. I guarantee you, like, no one is not going to know who Peter Brock is or just even have heard of the name. Everyone knows who Peter Brock is.
Yeah.
Because he was a weapon at what he did. And it just, unfortunately, he wasn't a weapon at drifting because he wouldn't have been known. He was a weapon at rally car driving and V8 supercar driving. And just because he is in those things, everyone knows who he is. And he is idolized by many, many people, including V8 supercar drivers coming up. So, it's like, man, this unfortunately, it's like, how hard is it to stomach that things are never going to change here?
Yeah, I don't think it ever will.
I mean, even look at people like Luke Fink, for example. Okay, he's been over to Goodwood. Like, that's freaking crazy. He's driven D1NZ. He's driven all through Australia. Even just imagine if they televised like him going over to America and doing Drift Week.
Yeah,
that's right.
Insane.
And it's such a cool thing. Like, this Australian fucking phenomenon that's gone over there. He can drift and drive anything, and he goes over there and drives across America and just works on cars and just drifts the whole way over there.
Yeah.
Like, and to be honest, his name will probably never be as well known as even Scotty McLaughlin today.
No, not at all.
But he's got the skill behind him, and could probably drift circles around Shane Van Gisbergen. But people only know that. It's crazy.
It is nuts. Hey, it's freaking, it's crazy, man. And unfortunately, that's like it puts myself, because drifting is my life. It's all I do. It's man, I built a business to build drift cars.
Yeah.
Like all I do is drift. That's all I've done since I was 17 is I want to build a drift car. I want to learn how to drift. Man, I'm 29 now, and all I've done for the last 12 years of my life is drift. I haven't gone to other countries. I haven't done this. I haven't done that. And then you get these other people who are like, oh, why don't you go traveling? It's like, well, how much does it cost me to go to Europe? Oh, well, I did it. I went for about 2 weeks. It cost me 10 grand. It's like, like, dude, I could buy like 2 sets of gangster wheels and enjoy them for way longer than 2 weeks. And that's my cup of tea. I enjoy doing that, and I get that you enjoy traveling. So it's like drifting is the only thing that I like, that I do. It's not my hobby. It is literally my life. And it's like I'm in literally the worst country for drifting.
Would you ever move?
Like, I don't know if I would. Like, it'd be hard to move because, I'm a very family orientated people. I have a really close relationship with my parents, with my brothers and sisters, and I have a lot of friends here, and friends mean a lot to me. Like, there's not a weekend that goes by where I don't have a friend or a bunch of friends over to our place to hang out. We're always hanging out with friends. So like, my friends mean so much to me, and I enjoy hanging out with my friends so much. So to move to another country, it'd kind of be like, even though I'd be gaining that in drifting, I don't think I'd ever be content with, like, leaving all of my friends and my family in another country.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So if I was to ever take it further, it would have to be, even in Japan, it's becoming, it's not really that big of a thing in Japan anymore. Really, the hub for drifting now is America, and it really is because of their population.
Yeah, 100%. So many people.
450 million people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people, and if you're working it out on traffic, like Australians, 25 million. Like I said before, 1% of America is 4.5 million.
Yeah.
1% of Australia is 250,000. So, it's just, they have the numbers there.
Yeah, it's just why there's so many more like track days and tracks in America. Like
you know what I mean? So the only way you could do it, like, is to somehow, present yourself as a good driver who's marketable and who can get a big sponsor involved that goes, okay, well, we're going to fly you out. You're going to help us build the car. You're going to drive the car, and then we'll fly you home so you can continue doing your job and being with your family. And then the next event will fly you back out.
Yeah.
But it's like, the odds of that happening are very minuscule when they could just choose an American driver who could be just as skilled as you are, and it's not going to cost them any, nowhere near the amount of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard sport to get into. Like, we've all chosen like drifting, well, most of us.
Yeah.
And, like, it's for me, it's like it's the funnest like motorsport.
Yeah.
I don't really enjoy like circuit racing that much, or like F1 or whatever, but I just love seeing people where like the skill behind having someone slide their car around a track and linking the whole track.
Man.
Door on door is like literally insane. Like, you don't see that in anything else, really.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's massively skilled sport. And in Australia, it's just not seen that you're a skillful driver. You're just this guy uncontrollably doing burnouts around a track, and somehow they're just like, oh, he made it.
Yeah. And then there's the guys that go and do hoops in an industrial estate, and they can't control their car. They're just doing.
That's right, man. Yeah. I've been to so many of those. Like, it's proper entertaining to go to like Staines. I don't know if you guys have ever gone, but it is proper entertainment. There's like, man, you could count the teeth of these people on one hand. And you know what I mean? Like, man, there's people out there doing burnouts with like baby seats in the back and their kids in the back.
Yeah.
It's just like, man, it is entertaining, but at the same time,
what
it's
are you
like,
doing with your
fuck,
life?
it's dangerous here. Like, these guys could run someone over so easily. They don't even know what they're doing. But you know what I mean? It's like, they enjoy doing burnouts, and who am I to tell them to stop doing it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at summer nats though. Like, that's just fucked up.
It's crazy.
Biggest thing ever. Like,
yeah. It's massive. And man, who doesn't enjoy a burnout?
Yeah, it's
like,
crazy.
I enjoy drifting, but who doesn't enjoy just seeing someone just get on the brake and just do a massive skid?
Yeah, victory skid
and
and
like,
all that stuff.
smelling some tires. You're just like, that's sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, without a doubt.
I
wonder why summer nats is so big, like, compared to drifting. Like, there's no massive event for drifting here, but then summer nats, thousands of people. Like, they're getting Cletus McFarlane to come over from the States. Like,
man.
Gotta go. I'll catch you all later.
Oh,
see you, bro.
Zach. All right, no worries, mate. Have a good one.
Have a good one, boys.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder what makes the difference. Like,
I don't know, Like, I think obviously in Australia, a lot of the dudes who are into Holdens are like, Nissans or Skyline, Sylvias, blah blah. They're always like, fucking rice burner. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like the way Australians grew up is with 20 years, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. It was just like the thing to have was a V8.
Yeah.
So, maybe some of that will change as the years go by, and there's not really that many V8s getting around anymore.
Yeah.
It might change the perspective of things, but some of that's, I've seen videos, I've never been there, but you see videos of, man, there's 60, 70-year-old dudes getting around there, and a big majority of them are like 40-year-old dudes and over.
Yeah,
so it's like,
100%.
of course that works because they love V8s and they love burnouts because that was the thing to do 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Pretty whack.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Interesting to see where it goes, eh?
Yeah, for sure. But, the way things are going at the moment, it's like, where is it going to go from here? You know what I mean? Like, especially with the cops. Like, I haven't heard the cops be out in front of QR, but, I went to that downshift copy and laps. And, man, I've never been worried to go to QR. And then when you got pulled over, James, I was like, that's pretty fucked up. And then, coffee and laps was the next weekend. And I was deterred to go to the track.
Which is
I was like, I was like, well, what if there's cops out the front?
Yeah, like, it shouldn't be like that. Like, I'm thinking the same thing now with getting the 180 back on the road. I'm like, oh, man, like, I don't want to get done again.
Yeah, that's right. So, in a sense, like, drifting's going backwards because of what police are doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, really what the tracks are trying to do is create this safe environment where people can come and do it. And if they're not skilled, they're not going to hurt themselves. They're not going to write their car off. But at the same time, it's like, well, no, you're deterring people from wanting to go to the track because they're worried they're going to get pulled over as soon as they come out the gate.
Yeah.
So it's like, so more of this stuff is probably now going to go to the street. It's like, well, you tell us to take it to the racetrack, but you rock up at the racetrack.
Yeah. I don't know.
Especially when the word gets around that the cops are always at the track.
Yeah, that's right. Like, who's going to go to events? And then QR is going to go, QR is going to have to send the police a message and be like, guys, you're taking our business away.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, so not only are they wrecking things for the drifters and the circuit races and the drag races, they're wrecking things for those businesses that stimulate local economy. That United petrol station, I guarantee you, if there was no racetrack there,
it'd be gone.
There's no drag strip there. That wouldn't be a petrol station. The BP down the road would still be there. That little Matilda, man, it'd be nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
Because those businesses stimulate massive amounts of local economy. And so it's like, well, not only you're ringing it now for the drifters, the chain just goes on and on and on.
Yeah,
drifters stimulate local economy because a racetrack is there. So the racetrack brings the drifters in and the circuit racers and all these people that the Australian community calls hoons. The racetrack invites them. Those people stimulate local economy. Then the cops rock up at the track. People stop going to the track. Small businesses in that local those small local businesses start seeing a business deduction. Those small businesses start closing. Then those small business owners then can't support other businesses because they have no money. Maybe need to move to another area. So then the local economy goes down, and the police don't think about this, and the government doesn't think about this. It's like, well, no, actually, we're the people stimulating your economy. We buy copious amounts of tires. We buy fuel. We go to tire shops and get wheel alignments. We stimulate economy everywhere we go.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty funny.
That's just to go into a further perspective of things.
I don't know, and we can't even do anything about it. It's not like we can just write in and be like, "Yo," like.
That's right. We'll never be heard, and that's the harsh reality of it.
It's not until it's too far gone that they will start changing things.
That's right. And look at what just happened. Even to just go, oh, it's too far gone. Let's start doing something about it now. Look at like Corona. It's like, oh no, it's all good. Like, we'll just let it sort of go for a bit. China didn't really tell anyone. Just keep flying people out. All of a sudden, look at the world. Look how 2020 has been affected.
Yeah.
The world has stopped.
Yeah.
Huge airlines like Qantas and Virgin, they're going. Like, I'm pretty sure it's Virgin or Qantas. Like, they're gone.
Yeah.
And they've been a massive business for how many years? And it's like, well, they're no longer a business because someone just went, oh, let's just wait until it's too far, and then we'll do something about it.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the easiest way to put it into perspective, even though it's a lot more far-fetched and on a different sort of, thought process. But it's like, that's what's going to happen. Tracks will close down. People will start taking drifting to the streets. The police will try and stop it. And then the local communities will go, well, why do they close that racetrack down?
Yeah. People start hooning and then like
Yeah, that's
actual
right.
hooning.
Like, yeah. Well, they should have left that racetrack open. Well, no, actually, you're the ones who closed the racetrack because you built residential properties next to it and you're all sooked about the noise. And now there's people doing burnouts out the front of your house.
How dumb is that, eh?
Like, yeah, that's right.
Why do they zone it as a residential area? It's a racetrack. Like,
Yeah, that's right.
they put it there in the middle of nowhere to get away from people. And then they build the houses right next to it.
Is there houses near QR?
Yeah, there are.
Getting closer and closer, man.
Because Winton, like the closest track to me, like an hour away-ish.
Yeah.
Is like, it has houses sort of near it, but they're a fair while away. Like, I don't think they'd be able to hear much. Because of all the big tire walls and shit.
Winton's pretty far out, though.
Like, it's on the other side of the city for me and you.
It's probably like nearly 2 hours.
Yeah.
From you.
For you.
It's pretty far out.
It's like pretty
it's in the high country, yeah.
It's like almost, yeah.
It's
no,
far.
it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But like, imagine like, people. The more like the Australian population grows, the more they're going to build houses near racetrack.
Mm.
And then those racetracks will soon enough be closed down. It's like, man, look at Surfers Paradise. Like, they used to have a drag strip there.
Yeah.
Cops used to come out and be like, guys, don't do burnouts. Don't go and do this on the street. We're going to rock up to the racetrack. The cops built a cop car to drag race people.
Yeah, that's
at
insane.
the Surfers Paradise drag strip. And it was just like, let's see how good your car goes against our car. Yeah. Man, as if those cops weren't cool back then.
Yeah.
Like, they're the kind of cops that I want around now. They understand that people like to go fast. People like to do burnouts. And they're like, well, just save it for every second week and we'll just do it there.
Yeah.
It's like, I can understand that. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, that's great. But it was central. It was local. It was easy to get to. You could finish work at 5 o'clock in the arvo, go grab their Tirana and go do a burnout.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it wasn't from me an hour and a half away.
And surely that would work. Like, how would that not work?
Exactly.
Who's going to go, like, do street drag racing when there's a track there available?
Yeah. Like, 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
If there was a track open to me 20 minutes away and it was open guaranteed every Friday night, and it's just like, man, I would save it. I would save it for the track.
Yeah.
100%.
And now it's just like, well, we'll save it for the track, guys, but we'll be waiting out the front for when you save it to the track.
Yeah. Well, Winton, to put it in perspective, is 200 k's away. It's 2 hours, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
From me.
I did mean to say Calder, by the way.
Calder, yeah, I was about to say, like, Calder's closer, but it's still far.
Calder's an hour away. Winton's like 3 hours away.
Yeah.
Or 2.5. Yeah, I'm retarded. Yeah, Winton's ages away, which is good. And they actually put effort into their track, but Calder, the houses are slowly like creeping down the bank, like getting closer to them. But lucky there's a train line on one side of them, so no one can come on that side, which is fine.
Yeah, that's sick.
Like, no one's gonna just demolish the Thunderdome because the walls are built with tires. So like, you can't get that close to it, and then like there's a freeway in the way as well, which makes it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna go anywhere.
Yeah.
But still, you have to have all these restrictions and people still
being there
and like and Sandown, like in the middle of like that's a 30-minute drive for me, Sandown, but for some reason no drifting because it's too loud. But then there's these Ferraris with straight pipes driving around that I can hear from like, you had a work site near and you could hear it just fanging around all day.
The house is so close.
Yeah.
Like, is that the track that has like houses on the track?
Like almost on the track, pretty much.
It's the one that they want to close it down, basically.
Yeah, it's just dumb. Like,
it is. It's crazy.
Like, I see the same thing happening now. They're building. Well, they're going to build one out. What, near Pakenham Way, Mez?
Yeah.
Is that what's happening? Yeah, and I can see that just being surrounded by houses.
Yeah. So
Like,
it's like
right now, there's nothing there, but Pakenham's fucking huge, and it's like expanding super fast, and it's just going to be surrounded by houses.
Yeah.
So good on them for actually making a track there.
Yeah, that's right. But like,
it's going to be surrounded.
That's right. And if the government doesn't back that racetrack, that's what will happen.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then
motorsport
will just die.
That's exactly right. And it's wrong that it should. That it's wrong that it's that way. You know, like these drifters and drivers, racing car drivers, whether it be whatever racing you're doing, like all the skill relies on you. So it's not like a basketball, like a team sport. It's like if you're playing a bit shit, the other players will lift you up. It's like all the skill is on you, and that's it. So it's like these people are so skillful at what they do, yet we're just no ones. Like, oh well, they're not skillful drivers. They just do burnouts.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you come in the car. Like, I'll show you how skillful it is. I put my tire.
Should send an invite out to Tracy to come.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I can put my tire like
that would be
the edge of the track. I know where the back of my car is. I know exactly where the side of the track is, and I can put my tire right there on like every single time. It's like, and you're telling me that I'm not good at what I do. I'm just sort of fluking it every time. It's like, you know, you just need to put like the hardest thing is like you need to put those people's minds. You need to give them a perspective of like what we're doing.
Yeah.
Get them out to a drift event and see the community of people that are drifting. Like drifting, we're so lucky. I've been to a couple of circuit racing stuff, and man, circuit racers, they don't talk to one another. They're so competitive. It's like, no, man, you can't know what my setup is.
And then drifting is like, oh, dude, you need to put some like more caster in, or like.
Yeah, man, that's right. Like, and everyone's happy to help out, and like, and it's just like a big community when you go to Matsuri. Everyone.
That's literally the
culture's
best part of it.
so good.
It's so good, and it's just like, man, and you people that treat us like, man, we kidnap children on a daily basis. That's how we're treated.
Robbing banks and
that's right. And like
selling meth and stuff.
It's crazy, man. Like I've been to court a lot of times for like just dumb shit. Like losing my license for defects. My car's too low, or my wheels are out of the guards, or my car's too loud. And then like I'll lose my license, then have to go to court. And then I'm rocking up a court and I'm being treated worse than people who have been caught with massive amounts of drugs. It's like,
isn't that fucked up?
How can I have like faith in policing and in the court system when all I do is drive a low car with wheels that are out of the guards, and you're treating me worse than a person who sells copious amounts of drugs to the local community?
That's fucked.
Like, it's crazy.
I hate it.
Yeah, so do I. Like, it's fucked up.
It's bullshit. When you were talking about there's nothing we can do, it seems like the only thing you can do to get heard is like it's only going to be a negative response.
That's right.
There's no positive like shout out sort of thing. It's always just like comes back to that hooning.
That's exactly right. And you look at like other communities, like just even other countries. Like there's a dude. I watched like a small sort of news review on this dude who like flies drones in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he actually like works for D1NZ and flies his drone, and they they televise D1NZ through his drone, in certain camera angles.
Yeah.
And they were out there doing like a full review on him. Like this guy, like he's out there, like he works for D1NZ. Man, that like. They're full lifting this guy up, and that's the only way I found out about this guy. There's no way they're doing that for anyone in Australia.
No way. Yeah.
It's just like, oh, this guy films hoons. We should put him in jail.
Yeah.
Like
they'd be like, oh, he's flying his drone too high, or like.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. They'd always find the negative in any scenario. That's the hardest part about like, the local, I suppose, newsing is. They are negative Nancy's. They never find the good in anything unless it's some old lady who lost her cat in a tree, and like some bystander came over and helped her get her cat out of the tree. And you know what? That innocent bystander, I could guarantee you 9 out of 10 drifters would be one of those people.
Yep.
100%. And if they had no clue that person was drifting, they put them on the news. Oh, you're such a nice guy. Like, thanks for helping this old lady out. Yeah, no worries. If they found out you're a drifter, they're just like, don't air that. Do not air that. Like, that'll make them look like good people. You know what I mean?
It doesn't fit the narrative, man. Like,
yeah.
It's bullshit. The media is so bad in Australia.
Yeah, it really is.
I stopped watching it. Like,
I think you'll find most of the younger kind of people just flat out don't watch.
Yeah,
I don't watch it.
Yeah.
And I think that's
on
that's
YouTube.
kind of, like you say, you can't make a change. Well, you can't make a change in the media, in mainstream media.
Yeah, we got
So you got to focus on other people, like the people who actually do understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Like that's the only way. Like you can't battle with these massive corporate media companies. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't work because they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I think the only way that we can do anything is by stuff like this and all the online community and like in person and everything, and teaching people how to do things properly the right way, so then people actually understand what's going on, because that's the main thing, is the lack of understanding of what things are. But yeah, like there's no point in fighting mainstream media because they will win.
Yeah.
So like you have to, stuff like this is really good. You know, like say if there was heaps of viewers on this, then that's like people seeing a different side of what that media is saying.
Yeah.
And we've seen that happen a lot with lots of different things, with like more political topics, if you want to say that, like with other YouTuber people who have a bigger audience, so then they actually have an impact. There's right now in Australia, there's not really anyone that's has that sort of following, that kind of size, that can make that kind of impact. But maybe one day it'll get there.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point for me to sort of say, well, we're never going to win. We never have a voice, but you know, even small things like this, if there's enough of these small things going on and enough of small little groups watching these small things, then hopefully it becomes like, you know, quite a large thing in the end.
Yeah.
A snowball.
Yeah.
It's like it's
heading that way, but just very slowly.
I think YouTube's a pretty good platform to try and get your like a point across.
Yeah.
Obviously, you'll never get through to the people that are over the age of 40, like now.
Yeah.
Like.
Agreed.
You get through to the people now, like the young people now, and tell them that that's not even that way, and then they grow up thinking that. Like my dad, when I was younger, used to be like, because my brother was a bit of a like hoon, as you would say, and my dad would always be like, no, don't do that, blah blah blah. Like every time you'd see like a Commodore like take off fast, he'd be like, you never do that, son, like blah blah blah. And like now here I am in like drifting and like buying these cars and stuff.
Yeah.
And like he hates it. I can just tell he hates it. Like the other day, he pretty much said motorsport's not a sport, and I was like, you're a spaz, but yeah, like you know, it's just drilled into them.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So we can start drilling it into other people. That
it's one of the coolest things about the internet, man.
Yeah,
like
100%.
Yeah.
It's just it must have changed so much, like from our time to their time, you know.
Oh fuck yeah!
Like now that I'm thinking about it, it's actually such a shame that a current affair picked up your video, Hayden, over that, because I think that like they just butchered that so bad that that's put like such a bad name on it, and it's nothing to do with you. It's the way that they presented it.
That's exactly right.
Whereas like if there was like a behind the scenes video of that day of what was going on, that explained everything, then that's completely different to what a stupid current affair is saying.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think that's kind of it's like a different way of how we've got to show people what is really happening.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think like if someone was to make like an actual doco, and it'd have to be Australia, it'd have to be an Australian to be able to actually, like, for Australian people to watch it and understand. Someone would need to put a documentary forward that just explains that we're not just out here doing burnouts in people's neighborhoods. We're always going, you know, to the craziest of distances from society to do the things we love and to make it safe. And, you know, just to make people understand that we don't just do this because we want to do burnouts. Like, this is genuinely our lifestyle. Like, you know, yeah, like we're like I said, we're grinding away at all hours of every weekday, every weekend on these machines that we love, and they're such an extension of who we are. And that's the coolest part about drifting and style, is that it's like, you know, people know your car for its style. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, that's that person's car. You just know that's that person's car because of, like, how it's styled. Yeah, and it's like, yeah, that's just an extension of us as a person. So, you know, like, that's what needs to people need to understand. It's like, you know, that's what we do, and it's a part of our lifestyle. We don't just do it for kicks and shits and gigs.
Yeah. I reckon we would be out if we could somehow get a documentary together. You could give it to Netflix. Like, if it was good enough, filmed well enough.
Yeah.
If
big money, but
like, even if you didn't sell it to them and you just gave it to them, they could put it bang on their thing.
Yeah.
Just get suggested to all these Australian people as a documentary in what drifting or motorsport is, and it would get a word out there, I reckon.
That would be massive, you know. Like, such a big platform. It would be huge.
I don't mean big money as in making money off it, selling it. I mean, like
to make it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's like a big project.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Definitely doable, eh?
It's definitely doable.
For sure.
Like,
yeah, it is. It is definitely doable. There's so many skilled people out there that aren't massive, like, media corporations that you can get to do that. Actually, you need people that understand, like, what's going on as well. So that, like, a person who has a passion for, say, drifting, like, they're gonna portray it a lot better than someone who doesn't.
You just need to, like, have people, even to watch something like that, actually watch. There's so many people that, like, are so close-minded that they won't even give it the chance. They'll kind of just be like, well, they start watching the film already with a decision made up.
Yeah.
You need to just, you need to somehow explain. It's like, you need to watch this with an open mind. Yeah. Like, just coming into this level-headed.
That's not the generation.
I agree.
Yeah.
So close-minded.
So you know how you were on A Current Affair when that first aired?
Yeah.
Were you like, what the fuck? Like,
big time.
Freaking out.
I was away on holidays, actually, like 5 hours south.
Yeah.
And there's no phone reception there.
Yeah.
So, like, when I did get phone reception, my phone was just like bing 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 bing, you know, like going crazy.
Yeah, the follower.
And then it just went nuts straight away. And then it was kind of like, what do we decide to do from there?
It would have been craziness. Like, you would have been like, okay, that's cool. So many people seeing the video. But then you would have been like, fuck, it's on the news. Like, this is gonna go.
Yeah, like, it's had, like, that video. It's still, like, on Facebook. It's had, like, almost 2.5 million views.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is a huge number. You know what I mean?
Big, yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty worrying at the start, but, you know, thankfully, it wasn't us, and they weren't our cars, so.
No, it was just something called Team Kamikaze. It's fucking.
That's right. Yeah. Thankfully, we sold those cars to some really good drivers who put a cool video together.
Did they actually contact you?
Nah. So no one contacted me. I mean, in the video, there's nothing to prove. There's no number plate.
It's just drift cars.
There's no street signs. There's no, you know, we've all watched the video. There's who's to say who was driving the car? Who's to say who owned the car? Who's to say even what car it is?
Yeah.
Like, and Josh, you know, obviously filmed it very well. So, Yeah, I wasn't contacted. The police did rock up at Brett's house, who had the red like flowers on his 14. You'll see that in the video.
Yeah.
The police rocked up there, but it wasn't from like the video. It was from someone watching the video and then reporting.
Oh shit!
Oh, they've seen that car.
They said, "Oh, I know that car, and I know who that person is," and sort of dobbed him in.
Yeah, wow.
Bloody Sharon over the road, I betcha.
Yeah, that's right. So thankfully, as I said, Brett and I sold those cars, and it was other people, so nothing eventuated from that.
Exactly.
What was that, sorry?
Those other guys are pretty good bloody drivers.
Yeah, great drivers, real skillful. Yeah.
One of my videos, 4 driving videos, actually got reported to the police.
No way.
Everyone got fined in that video.
Yeah.
Basically, apparently, we had like 30 cars. It was someone else's meet that I we had like 30 cars, and apparently we went on a track that was closed that had no gate.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, where's the proof that it's closed?
Yeah.
And they just took a fine of a star picket with a like pissy little sign on it. I was like, they've just thrown that in there.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
But all the fines were already dished out, like to everyone that was in the video. So it was like 30 cars.
What the fuck?
And like I was getting heaps of messages from people saying like, what's going on? And I was like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Because my car wasn't there, so I didn't get anything. I was just a passenger.
Yeah.
So it was very strange, and it was like by the time I found out about it, everyone had already been fined.
Yeah, so it's so wrong. But the hardest thing is like when you know they dished out all these fines, but really the only change we're going to make through the court system is every single one of those people taking that to court. And because when you take something like that to court, the cop that gave you the fine has to appear in court at the same time.
Yeah.
So the only way for them to stop dishing out these fucking dumb fines, like people driving cars too low, is every single person take that fine to court.
And then they have to go to court.
And then that cop goes, well, like they're going to go, well, you're not doing any police work. You're finding people for cars that are too fucking low. Why the fuck are they here?
Yeah.
Wasting our time. Who cares their car's too low?
Yeah.
Go and find people that are fucking smoking meth and fucking stealing old ladies' handbags.
Yeah.
Like,
agreed.
yeah, so, you know, that's the hardest thing. One of my friends, Fanky, he got done in his patrol, you know, for like dumb shit, like HIDs, no H pattern on his shifter,
this law, what does that even mean?
Yeah, like dumb shit like that. What else did he have? He had something else, like was a steering wheel. He had a steering wheel in it. And I did not expect it to go how it did, but I spoke to him after he came out of court. He took it to court, and the cop said to him, like, okay, well, why are you here? And he's like, I've been fined for HIDs, my steering wheel being different, and I didn't have a H pattern on my shifter. And he goes, oh, what car do you have? And he's like, oh, I've got a patrol. And he goes, oh, okay, well, that's funny that, because I have the same car, and those headlights are horrible. And he goes to the cop, he said to the cop, so where's the law on this that states that this guy can't make his headlights brighter to make his car safer? And the cop literally was like, oh, I don't know. And the judge was like, well, if you don't know, how's he meant to know? And then it was like, oh, yeah, okay. So that got thrown out straight away. And then the H pattern on the thing. The cop was like, why is this even a fine? Like, anyone who has their manual license knows where the gears are.
You know where it is in your car.
Yeah, like, you don't need to look at it. As if you're driving around the road being like, all right, next gear's coming up. Oh, all right, yep. Oh, okay, yeah. Like,
I forgot where third was for a second.
Yeah, that's right. So, he threw it all out of court.
Good.
The cop was like, the judge said to the cop, don't bring anyone in this courtroom for something like this in the future, because this is a waste of my time.
Yeah. And
it's like, when I heard that, I was like, tell me this guy's address. I want to give him a high five. Like,
100%.
So it's like,
okay, like everyone should be fining all their fines.
That's exactly right. Everyone should be, because we're getting fined for dumb shit. Like, why is it a fine that your car is too low?
Yeah.
Like,
They told me because you're damaging the road.
Are you serious? The roads are fucked anyway. Like,
I can guarantee you, even if the roads are fucked, they're not fucked from people dragging their exhaust on the ground.
they're from trucks.
They're fucked from fucking 20-ton semi-trailers driving on fucking the streets.
No.
Oh god.
Like,
Oh,
yeah, that's
so
fucking.
dumb.
It's so dumb. It is so dumb.
That's dumb, yeah.
Yeah, it's so dumb. And you know what? If you got picked up by another cop 100 meters down the road and you asked him, he'd probably give you a different answer.
Yeah.
None of them know why they're fining you for your car to doing it because you can.
Yeah.
Oh, it's under 100 mil. Give you a fine. Why is that a fine? Oh, because of this. Oh, because of that. One of my friends got told because if you hit someone, there's not going to be enough room for them to go under your car. My mate was like, 100 mil? How fucking small is this person's head?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Like, it's not a thing. Yeah,
So I don't know. There's a lot of dumb
it's crazy.
Like,
Yeah, it is. It's very stupid.
I reckon in the four-wheel drive world, the dumbest law is beadlocks. So,
Yeah,
What?
like beadlocks, lock the fucking tire to the rim. It cannot
Yeah.
come off.
Yeah.
They're illegal because the tire doesn't sit properly on the rim.
yeah,
What?
Are you serious?
yeah.
Like
It's
it
keeping
is.
your
It
tire.
literally has like 30 bolts holding the tire on instead of a seal,
Yeah.
and it's illegal.
Yeah. It's like, no, it's safer than a normal rim.
Yeah, it's way safer. You can drive on 0 psi and that tire doesn't come off.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
Like,
Imagine if
Like,
your bead
what?
comes out, like if you didn't have bead lockers, it comes out. Your wheel comes off, you crash. Like, how is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Right.
it's so dumb. And like even like the four-wheel drive community, they saw maybe just in Queensland, but maybe about a year and a half ago, they started treating four-wheel drive people like drifters.
yeah, I saw
They
that.
were pulling people over left, right, and centre, doing them for too high, doing them for exhausts, too big of wheels, blah blah blah. And four-wheel drive dudes were going, "This is fucked. They're targeting us, blah blah blah." It's like, dude, welcome to the drift world.
Yeah.
This is normal.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of
sometimes. Like
that's right.
they
It's
sit at the end of tracks sometimes, and like if you normally people let you know and you would turn around and go the other way, but like they would just sit there.
That's right. And it's like, who are you harming being on a four-wheel drive track? No one.
Literally no one. You go to the track to full drive to have fun with your mates, and there's no
That's
one there
right.
like getting hurt.
Like why? Like and it does come down even in the four. Just like the drift community, Commodores are the people, and Falcon people are the ones doing burnouts in front of people's houses, ruining it for everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the people that go into the bush and dump rubbish
Yeah.
are the people ruining it for four-wheel drivers.
I fucking hate those people.
Yeah, and that's how it is. It's like it's not us that are doing this shit, but we're thrown into the same basket.
Yeah.
It's just crazy that they can't see.
What does my head in with the four-wheel drive world is that now, if you've got like a fucking brand new 79 in Queensland, there is a kit that legalizes 37s and a 6-inch lift, and it's legal
Yeah.
on a 79. But if you buy one and then do that, it's illegal. Like, what is the fucking?
Yeah, exactly. It's so dumb.
And then you can only do that pre-registration.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's
So-
like the GDR 35. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure the GDR 35 is under 100 mil from the factory.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But because
It's
it comes
like,
from
well, you're not going
factory-
to get a fine for it because that's how it came out.
You probably would.
That's
I reckon they
like
would.
that's like a valved exhaust as well. Like
Yeah.
you can't have a aftermarket valved exhaust, but it comes out on every fucking Audi. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every Commodore, like GTSR, every
yeah,
Audi.
just because it's called sport mode doesn't mean that it's any different.
That's exactly right. Yeah, it's so.
It's
It is.
tested.
Yeah, it is so bad.
It's retarded.
Yeah.
So how many people? Can we see how many people are like what?
Yeah. Right now, it just dropped to 18, but there was like 25 just before.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It varies. Like sometimes
Yeah.
it'll be like 30 to 40, and then it goes down to 20. It just depends what time it is and what people want to hear, really.
Of course.
Yeah. Like
This goes after it ends though. It goes up on YouTube, so people
Yeah,
can watch it
people
later
can
anyway.
see it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that is cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
anyway,
I feel like you just need to we need to do this more often and try and just start hyping it so people can actually know what we're about, rather than
exactly.
just sort of throwing us into the same basket as these
Yeah.
toothless people doing burnouts in front of people's houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be
Yeah.
cool
Sometimes
to
they may.
get a video
Yeah.
like that.
Every aspect of the human race is just the small minority that just
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
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 Well, honestly, guys, it's been so good chatting.
Yeah,
And thanks
man.
so much for having me on. It's
no
it's been
worries.
cool to chat about some
Yeah.
things and touch base on some things that need to change with
Yeah.
the motorsports scene in Australia. But let me know if you guys want to do this again, and I'm
Yeah,
going to
for
go
sure.
have a shower and
Yeah.
eat some dinner.
Yeah.
Sick.
Of course you do. Yeah, you just
Yeah.
finished work and all that stuff and come straight in.
Yep.
Um,
Oh, thanks so much, guys. Is there anything else?
there was one thing I was going to ask. I was just going to say,
Yeah.
did just like that video blowing up, did that make your workshop, your shop blow up a bit more and get more customers?
Massive.
Yeah.
Massively.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
I think I was 800 followers on Instagram,
Oh,
and that went to 4,000 in maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
heck.
It went viral. You know what I mean? Just would have been mad if the news tagged me on Insta. That would have been sick.
Well, that's literally how I found you. I just saw because I clipped the fucking Instagram video, not the
Yeah.
YouTube one. I just saw Team Kamikaze. I Instagram searched it straight away.
Yeah.
Follow, bang. That's how I know you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it went viral, man, and I got so much work coming through my workshop.
I'm glad that you got all that work from it. That's
Yeah,
the
so am
positive
I.
thing that came from it.
Yeah, so am I. I'm glad there was a positive to their massive negative.
Yeah.
But it was good to see. I was reading through the comments. It was a bit hard to keep up because there's so many of them. But I was reading through a lot of the comments, and a lot of the people had seen me drive before or had watched things, and they were saying stuff like, "There is no one safer to be driving that car."
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, literally.
exactly.
So it was cool to see comments like that, to be honestly, this guy could do this with eyes closed.
Yeah.
But you're making him sound like this horrible person.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see comments like that, and it was great to get big business from it. The only thing that I wish that actually happened is that they actually linked Josh's Joy Break. It would have been good if Josh got some good coverage from it, because at the end of the day, all I do is drive a car.
And he did all the filming and the editing, and
he's the one who does all the hard work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not the one who does the hard work. I just get to have fun. Josh is the one who makes it what it is, and he films it in the ways he does, and puts it all together in the way he does, and chooses a soundtrack the way he does. And man, even still, when I watch those videos, it's like I'm watching for the first time. I get this chill down my spine. This is so well, it's done so well.
Yeah.
So it would have just been good for him to blow up a bit, because really he deserves more credit than we do. Without him, there'd be no video.
Yeah.
It was easier to report on a bunch of people hooning.
100%.
Yeah.
I just linked it in the chat, so if anyone wants to give it a view and see what we have been talking about, it's on that link. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure you all have seen it.
Yeah. And go hit up Josh from Joybreak, because he's the man who makes it all look amazing, and he's the one who puts the hours after we've driven and puts it all together in these amazing ways that makes it look like it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, just before you go,
Yeah.
about getting those nice comments and stuff.
Yeah.
So you're just, I'm speaking in Queensland, your reputation in the drift scene is the ideal where you'd want to be. Everyone knows Hayden from Kamikaze will help you if you need help.
Yeah.
It's freaking.
Yeah. And I will, whenever. I was driving back from Coffs Harbour one random time, and there was a halfway hang zone, and I just saw this, and I literally just pulled over, and these dudes had no clue what they were doing with their car. They were kind of the car just stopped driving, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, well, let's have a look at it. I fixed the dude's car within 10 minutes of being there, and this dude could just get down to this gangster event he wanted to go to.
Yeah.
It's like that's what drifting is about.
Yeah.
It's not about even driving the car. It's about getting to drive the car. All the steps you need to go through to get to the event, all the friends you make, and all the hard times you have just to drive the car. Drifting's only 50% of it. 50. The other 50% is like the cool people you meet on the way, and the dumb shit and dumb hours you do to get your car to the event so you can have fun.
Yeah. I agree.
So if there's any motorsport to choose drifting, because drifters are the best people to be around.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and I'm glad that people do refer to me in that way, because at first glance I probably seem like I'm this like dodgy person who's gonna steal your purse, but it's just like
really,
it's just like no, I'm actually like I'm just a normal chill guy who likes cars.
Yeah, and some people probably see like the tattoos and the spaces in your ears and probably like, whoa, what the fuck? But really, like this is the first time I've ever spoken to you, and it's just like, it's funny how people judge a book by the cover.
That's right.
Stereotyping. You're so far from what people would put you into your group.
That's right. It's crazy. Yeah. But in the same sense, that's what everyone in Australia does.
Yeah.
These people that hate hoons.
Yeah.
They see a car with circuit tail lights that's a Skyline, and they're like, "That's a fucking hoon." Like, stay away from him. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, I don't know. Thanks for coming on and giving me your time, or us your time, and talking about.
Yeah, it's good to hear.
Yeah.
What you had to say.
Easy. No, I appreciate your guys' time, and you bang on the money, man. Like, we may not have a voice when it comes to mainstream media, but it really does sort of tick the box for me to go, we don't have a voice on mainstream media, but we do have a voice in our small community, and we should all come together a lot more so that voice can become bigger and bigger and bigger until one day it is heard.
Yeah, like it's not going to be like a snap the fingers and...
That's right. I think that's the coolest thing to take away from this conversation is what you've said. It's like, we're never going to beat the media, but, we can get into the eyes of people who need to see this, in other ways. And I think that's the coolest thing to take away from this whole conversation for myself anyway.
Yeah, 100%. Plant the seed, mate. We're planting it.
That's it.
Plant it and water it, and we'll just let it
That's all right.
For a couple of years, eh?
Oh, thanks so much, guys. It's been really good talking, and I'm grateful to just have a voice and be able to talk to everyone on here.
Awesome,
and hopefully we can do this again sometime in the near future, and
for sure,
get back together.
Great.
Hopefully.
All right, guys. Well, I didn't actually know how to leave this conversation.
That's all right. There's a little red button. If you just hover your mouse on the screen, there's a little red button.
So good.
Oh, perfect. I can see it. All right.
Peace, man.
See you guys.
Thanks,
All right, mate.
Cheers.
Man.
Cheers, dude. Oh, cool. Yeah, we're still live, but I am freaking starving. We've been on for like almost 2 hours. If you are in the chat, thank you so much for, tuning in for the whole time. You're all legends.
I would love to go get dinner. I haven't stopped since 5:30 this morning.
I'd like to keep going, but I'm in the same boat, and I'm sure James is the same.
What's Zach doing? How do we join him?
Zach is live on his channel. So you can just head over to his channel. I can get a link if anyone.
Yeah, everyone go check out his.
Can we go on Zach's thing?
Yeah,
I might get some chaff and then jump on.
Yeah, I'll message him. Thank you so much for all the donations. You guys are literally legends.
You guys
and if
are
you did
the best.
become a member, that's the I don't know what to say. I can't wait to see who gets the new emblems and stuff. It's awesome.
And tell your mates as well. You guys who are here every week, because I know who you are. We see you.
We see you in the chat.
Tell your mates who might be interested, because this is what we do. And it's just awesome having people come around and listen to us talk about. Sometimes we talk shit. Sometimes we talk about important things.
Yeah.
The
best
part.
Yeah, and tell your mates. Talking Automotive on Mezzarino's channel. We are going to be moving it onto a separate channel, just so it's a little bit easier and my content's a bit separated. But that'll be like in the future once more people are viewing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to all the guys that keep coming back
Yeah,
each
you
week.
guys are literally legends.
Yeah. Fully sick.
Big ups.
Big ups. And we'll see you guys next Thursday, 6 p.m. I don't know who we're having on yet. Don't have anyone booked, but I'm sure we will. And if not, we can just get on, drink some beers, and talk some dribble.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds like a plan.
Peace out.
See you guys. We off?